Okay, just go. Hey.
Hey, you guys. I'm Whitney.
Oh, you're wearing a Dolly shirt.
Hey, Dolly.
Hey, I'm Amy.
I'm Whitney, and this is On the Haunt.
Nighttime episode.
It's dark out there, guys.
It is.
It's only
6:42 p.m. on
Hey,
a Saturday
while
night.
we're at the top, though,
losers.
if you wouldn't mind just giving us a rating somewhere, that'd be
Yes.
cool. Thanks. That's all.
With stars, with words.
Preferably 5. At
Yes.
least 4. Come on.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't be rude.
If you're here this week, you gotta at least give us 4, right?
For sure.
I would never come back for something 3 or lower.
No, not at all. Ew.
Gross.
God. There are other people in the house.
There are who
eyeball.
who allegedly listen to this, so that's
They surely don't. There's no way.
No.
They think we're probably idiots. Anyway, I mean, they're not wrong.
They're not.
What's new, Amy?
I don't know, Whitney. I can't ever remember how it's been a few weeks since we've been together.
Yeah,
so.
well, and last week we didn't even put out an episode, and neither of us posted on social.
Well, you said you were going
I know, and
to.
then I didn't. Sorry, everyone. Look,
For the record, I recorded sick. Whitney bailed, but she had the exact same
that
illness
is true.
I had.
That is true. I was coughing so bad I just couldn't. So,
Yeah.
you know, we're
And you
people.
guys just got to suffer through me coughing.
We're
an
people.
entire episode.
We have issues. I'm listening to a new podcast.
Okay.
It's called Rabia and Ellen Solved the Case with Rabia Chaudhry from the Adnan Syed case. I always thought that Rabia was his sister, but she's
she
not.
was the
family friend.
The advocate or whatever for
and,
him.
knew him. But anyway, they covered so far Jean Benet, Lacey Peterson, and then they had Gatton. Crap
from Stranger Things.
Yes, on, and they talked about the Chris Watts case, which is really yucky. But he's so cute.
He really.
And
not
him-
Chris Watts.
No.
Gatton.
Gatton from
Stranger Things.
yeah. What's his name on the show? I'm totally having a brain fart. His name is Dustin.
Yes.
Yep. And they knew each other, him and Ellen from Broadway. Anyway, it's all cute. So watch it. The Jean Benet case. Oh, man, that's the thing. When I die, I hope I know who killed Jean Benet.
Did you ever watch
all I wanna
Barbarian after I told you to?
What?
On HBO.
What's it?
Barbarian.
No,
Oh, I thought I texted you.
I don't remember that.
I think it's
what
when
is
you were
it?
not well. It's
a blur.
Because you were like, yeah, I may as well. I'm not getting out of bed today.
I'm so odd. I need to take off my socks. I feel like
it is like the weirdest horror movie. In a
Barbarian.
good way, though.
okay. Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, you got to watch it. Like
Okay.
Justin Long shows up about halfway through,
Random.
so you know it's going to be a good
I
horror
love
movie when
him.
he's in there. Did you take your sock off?
No, I didn't.
Because
I
I'm thinking about taking mine.
okay, then let's do
Okay,
it.
let's
Just-
do it. I'm so hot.
Something's
20
actually
degrees
wrong
outside.
with us. We have a window open. I don't even
do.
feel that. Do you?
I know nothing's happening.
God damn,
Is that a
Chris.
trick window, Chris?
Is this a fake window? It's just like an elaborate scheme to
It's
make us
just a
hot.
green screen.
When I was getting dressed to come here today, I thought there was no way I would be hot.
No, because it's
Yet, here
freezing
we are.
outside.
My armpits are actually wet. Okay, Amy's
So
wearing
anyways, guys.
Amy's wearing a hoodie without a shirt under it. I told her to just take it off.
Because I
anyway.
was freezing at my own house. I don't know why I get so
Well,
hot
because we
here.
got here and there are people here who are
Yes.
very nice.
Yes, very kind. Thank you for your kind words.
And they were like, "Oh, your podcast," and then we're like, become the weirdest.
I'm just standing there clutching my backpack, like, please, Jesus, can we
just making
upstairs?
noises to it. Here, she's like, Amy, you're so weird, but I love you.
I can't help it.
Hey, you know what?
I was not prepared for people. Okay, I would have taken the Xanax had I known
put
there
my
been
people
people
face
in the kitchen when we came.
We pull up, I'm like, there's cars. Oh, God. Why are we so weird?
And then Chris sleep shaming me in front of everyone.
Well, it's
Listen, I
funny.
go to bed early, so what? I will not apologize.
You say that every episode.
I bet I'm the most well-rested person you know, so
You know
there.
what? Sleep's important.
Anyways, what else has been going on? Ooh, did you watch Cabinet of Curiosities on Netflix?
Is that the Guillermo del Toro?
Guillermo del Toro.
Okay, I had no idea. No, because it looks too scary.
No, it's very like Tales from the Crypt kind of.
Okay.
Like each episode.
I do
a
love
couple
this
of the
stuff.
episodes fell flat. I was like,
Oh,
wah,
okay.
wah, but the ones that were good were really good.
Did you ever watch that thing I sent you about exorcisms? Because I couldn't. It looked too scary.
Well, I'd already started watching it when you texted me.
Okay.
And then you texted back. You're like, why is it all in Spanish?
And then you're like, because it's in
I was like, I'm not even going to answer her. Surely she can figure this out on her own. That they're all speaking Spanish. It's not your television. It's you freaking self-centered American. Other people can make.
It's like, did I choose an Espanol version? You know how sometimes.
Yeah. Well,
Anyway, I started watching it. I was like, these reenactments are too much for me at home. Those are the types of things I need to watch with Amy, clutching her.
That's how I am with The Haunting. I can't
It's too
watch
scary,
it alone in the middle of the day. I'm like, nope.
It's too scary. Let me pull
really
this
is.
up so I can tell all of our listeners what this is about that I'm talking about.
Yeah. I haven't watched all of it. I think I watched
It's
the
called
first episode.
My Encounter with Evil. It's on Netflix. It looks real scary. That's it.
Okay.
That's all. Well, I don't even know what my topic. Oh my God, Midnights is like my life right now. I saw someone post on TikTok. They were like, "My personality is Midnights" by Taylor Swift.
The next time we record, well, not the next episode because that's coming up tonight, but the next
We will
next
know.
time we're together, we better be the proud owners
my
of Taylor
God.
Swift tickets.
We probably won't be.
My daughter will be so devastated.
I'm trying to not
if we
get my
don't.
hopes up
I know,
because-
but Keaton's already. Her hopes are there.
I know. She was like, "I'll be devastated," and I was like,
She really
"Oh God."
will too. Because
Well,
I already broke the news to her. New York's probably not going to happen this summer, just for the fact that she's going to Mizzou now instead of community college. Like,
yeah.
I don't have.
We need
all
to
the
save
money,
it up.
baby.
Maybe that's her other graduation present. Graduation from college.
Well, that's what I told her. I said we can submit down the road, you know,
of
do
course.
it. But I'm like, I just don't.
Yeah.
I don't know. God, kids are expensive. I'd be
Yes.
so wealthy if I didn't have them, but I'd also be so sad and lonely. So it's fine.
Yes.
All right, shall
Let's
we
do
just
this,
jump in?
shall we?
I don't
We
even
shall.
know. I don't even know if this is paranormal. Whatever.
That's what you say every single week. Do better, Amy.
Because I'm running out of like paranormal stuff. I don't know how to.
Here's
search
what I
for
do.
anything.
Okay, I'm about to tell you. Go to other
secrets.
paranormal podcasts and steal their topics.
Okay.
That's what I do.
So what you've been doing this whole time? I'm like literally just searching through pages and pages of like
Atlas Obscura.
true strange stories, and then it's like, oh God, this woman ate 98 tons of corn. That is not what I wanted
That's
to be
pretty
pulling
strange,
up.
though.
It is.
I mean, are you going to go
God,
first?
Pooping forever.
Pooping
Corn. You never really own
I
it.
do
Somebody
freaking love
told me that
corn,
once,
though.
and I've never forgot that.
You'll never really.
Corn. You never really own it.
That's
Ain't that true?
That's really weird.
I'm almost out of drink. Beverage.
I'm almost out of drink.
I have
What?
to like to raid their fridge.
Go to
between
the
episodes.
people. Go to where the people are.
All right, so this is from penguin.co.uk.
What? Penguin?
Penguin. I'm assuming like the publishing.
Yeah, I
company,
thought I
maybe?
was thinking that too. God, we're smart. How do we know that's a publishing? It's because we read books. Yo.
I was going to say this is by William Shakespeare. That it is not.
What?
Macbeth is by William Shakespeare. Oh, look, it says right there, William
By
Shakespeare.
William Shakespeare.
I'm taking it way back.
God, I cannot read Shakespeare. Like in in high school, you're forced to. I was like, what is? I don't.
Yeah,
I
no.
don't follow.
No.
No one's surprised by that
No.
statement.
The Ides of March. What? Hey, was that Shakespeare?
Et tu, Brute, or what?
Brutus.
Is that even Shakespeare?
The lady does
Protest too much.
Too much. Doth. Is it doth? I don't know. The lady doth protested.
Don't make us talk.
No, why are you adding like all of these like
letters onto
suffixes?
Onto
that aren't suffixes.
already made words. Maybe they were
Is that how they really spoke back then?
Yes. Were those not words?
I don't know.
Was just protest, not a word. They have to say protesteth.
Why does it have an ETH? And it's like ETH was like ING back then. You know what I mean?
Take those letters off when we made our like,
Probably
modern English.
Yes.
But like these words are too hard. Oh my god, I'm crying. And there's people listening. You probably know the answer to that.
Probably.
I think we're dumb, and that's true.
But leave us a review.
Sorry.
And tell us we're smart.
I mean, don't tell us we're smart. Don't lie to us.
Don't lie. But... Okay.
Yeah. Anywho.
So, I have a point. My topic is the curse of Macbeth.
Okay.
Is it more than
That's just
superstition?
the skull, right? There's a skull in Macbeth.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Oh my god. I knew that. Sorry.
Whatever. You're just thinking of like the book jacket.
I
so quit trying
literally
to be
feel like I'm
fancy pants.
getting I almost said eczema.
I know. I'm like, oh, well.
Emphysema.
Use aqua. Oh, don't use Aquaphor for emphysema. Maybe
Just
some
like
Vicks.
drinking. Like when I laugh now, it's like wheezing.
When I was a kid, my
COPD.
grandma used to like put Vicks all over my neck and wrap tube socks around my neck. That'd really hold it in. I don't know how I'm not
Eloise
dead.
or your other
No, my
grandma?
I lived with.
Oh my god, that's so weird. How'd you
I
keep them around your neck all night?
Well, they were just stuck to the Vicks.
Ew, that's so nasty.
It was so thick.
Don't you need to breathe in the Vicks for it to work?
Well, no, because it kind of absorbs into your skin. So Vicks is pretty if you put Vicks on your feet and
I've
then
heard
put
that.
socks on. But
I wonder if that helped.
I wonder if
with it.
that's what Grandma had heard and just got it all twisted.
She's like, put it on your neck
And then
put
wrap a
socks.
tube sock around it.
She's like, how do you put socks on your neck? I know.
Like a scarf.
Okay, well.
Okay, so here we go. There's like no author to this that I can see.
I
So
just got some gum.
whether or not you've read Shakespeare's Macbeth,
We didn't.
no, with Cliff's Notes version probably,
Who are the people who are? I mean, okay, there are people.
you've probably heard of the play's famous curse. Nope. It's a legend. Everything's so funny to you tonight. God.
Because you're like, probably heard of the curse. Nope.
Well, I hadn't.
Well, you have now.
Yeah, well, news to me.
Tell us all the things, Amy.
It's a legend long feared in theatrical circles where tradition dictates that neither the production's title nor any quotes from it should ever be spoken in a theater outside of rehearsal or performance itself.
Oh, okay, I've heard of this. Are you going to talk about why they leave a light
I
bulb
don't.
on
Do you
all night?
really think I've read
Okay.
this?
I'm always so curious
You're
why
giving me so much credit.
why they leave that light bulb on all night, you know?
No, just for Macbeth or every theater?
Every theater leaves one on at night.
I don't know. We didn't learn that when we toured Fox Theater.
Did they have that there? Anyway.
Well, I mean, there were lights on because we were there.
It's just like a stand with like a bulb. Anyway, go on.
I don't know. To break the taboo is to invite terrible things to happen. David Bellwood, access manager at Shakespeare's Globe, has one such story. I was a dancer on tour in Riverdance.
Yeah, you were.
What a great life.
If you were a dancer, is that like, you know, the pinnacle?
Once you've hit Riverdance status,
You're done.
I can
You got
retire.
nothing else to do.
You're just flicking your feet so many ways.
Do they have taps on? Is it tap
Or
dancing?
are they like clogs? I don't know.
How do you dance in clogs?
Clog dancing's a thing.
Is it? Be so hard. Do clogs have backs? I'm imagining like a croc as a clog.
No, they're like, aren't clogs like the wooden shoes
That your whole foot goes in. That's gotta
Yeah.
be so uncomfortable.
I mean, I would think, but
Why? Like, is that all they had? I know. I'm just asking, like, is that all they had in Sweden
wood is
or whatever?
probably pretty sustainable.
I know. God.
You better not outgrow these.
And how hard it is to, like, whittle a shoe. This is, like, not the first time we talked about whittling on this
No, it's
podcast.
not. That would take
Why
some
did we
time.
talk about whittling before? It was, like, one of the first episodes.
There was
The Slender Man?
No, I don't think I can't remember. There was some guy that was whittling.
Which is just
That just cleared it all up. Thank you. You're welcome.
very
All of
funny.
your questions have been
a
answered.
very funny hobby. God, I need a hair tie.
Okay. Anyways, he was a dancer on tour in Riverdance, and a school friend of mine had died. To cheer me up, the fiddle player.
God, this is the best. Like,
circle of friends.
I love it.
The fiddle player bought me a beautiful complete works of Shakespeare. We were flipping through it, and another friend said, I studied Macbeth at school. I told her it was bad luck to say Macbeth and joked, I should make you go outside, turn around 3 times, and spit on the floor.
Okay.
All right.
How do you know that?
I have no
Sir?
idea. Are you making that up? In addition to Riverdance, he is also...
A folk tale.
Yes, and old wives' tales. In that night's show, 2 of the violinist's strings snapped spontaneously. One woman fell off the stage. Another danced straight into a wall and knocked herself unconscious.
No. It doesn't say that.
Yes, it does. How do you dance? That sounds like me. They're like, we need somebody to put her on stage.
She's like, oh God, I'm getting closer to the wall. I can't stop.
It's these wooden shoes. They're so slick.
I can't get them off.
They're Heelys.
Oh my God, Heelys. Oh my God, I'm gonna die.
So anyways, that all happened.
That happened.
And so he told his friend, never say it again.
That was so embarrassing, that woman who danced into a wall. It's like, you can't...
And knocked herself unconscious.
You cannot come back from that. You're done
No,
dancing.
for sure
That's
done.
all over in the dancing circles.
Yes.
Everyone knows that Sue danced into a wall.
Well, that big goose egg on your forehead probably is a telltale sign as
embarrassing.
well.
Wow.
So anyways, he said, it's not an unusual tale of the theater world, but where did the saga begin? One theory is that the play was cursed when Shakespeare used elements of real spells in the scenes that feature witches. Some say that simply including the spells was enough to put a jinx on Macbeth. Others that the witches became angry that the spells were incomplete and cursed the play to exact their revenge.
So Macbeth is about witches?
Yes.
I did not know that. Did you?
No.
Again,
I did not.
the skull. That's all I think of.
I can tell you right now, if I ever wrote a report on Macbeth, I copied it straight from Cliff's Notes.
100%.
Cliff's Notes for you youngsters are what
Oh my God.
we used to use before the internet.
Well, I used Cliff Notes on the internet.
I had to go to the bookstore and purchase a hard copy.
And then what if they, what a time to be alive, Amy. The 90s.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Everyone thinks it's so cool.
I mean, it was.
I mean,
Whatever. While she can't confirm the existence of black magic, Dr. Anjana Chauhan of the Shakespeare Birthplace Trust says it's possible that Shakespeare could have gathered ideas for those scenes from real encounters. He'd have come across people who dabbled in herbal treatments and medicines. He would have been inspired by something, she says. The idea may have been fueled by the fact that the witch's verse is written in tetrameter, the 4 rhythmic feet to each line. As Shakespeare's verse usually uses pentameter, it's unusual and sounds a bit witchy, says Bellwood.
that seems really rude.
Yeah. Some academics think this indicates that the scenes were not written by Shakespeare, though no one has yet found evidence that their true authors were witches.
Well, how would you?
God. Can you imagine back in Shakespeare days being accused of being a witch?
Well, no, you're dead.
Lord help you. In any case, portraying witchcraft on stage was a bold move in 1606. In a largely uneducated society...
In what? 1606?
Uh-huh.
I mean, I can't believe they even let people talk about witches then.
Well, he was a man, so he could do whatever he wanted.
And then men were only allowed on the stage.
Oh, yeah.
Ugh.
What's that movie where, like... Who is it? Is it Gwyneth Paltrow?
Is that Shakespeare in Love? She's in that movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it is. Okay.
Yeah. God.
Where,
The
like,
patriarchy.
dresses up as a man.
So
to
annoying.
be able to act. In a largely uneducated society, heavily influeed by the church, most people believed in magic. England's new king, James the First, wow, way back to James the First, had even published a book. I'm assuming it's supposed to be demonology, but it's got an A in front of the E.
Oh, yeah, one of those A and E's that are connected.
No.
Oh.
Nice try,
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes,
though?
I do.
We're like, is that one letter?
Yeah, what is happening?
Where do you get
Again,
that on your...
that's like protesta. Y'all are just
Right.
throwing
Where's
in
that
crap.
on your keyboard?
Yes.
The AE letter. It's one. Okay.
Outlining his plan to root out the scourge of witchcraft. The play opens with witches and shows them casting a spell. For a lot of people, that would have been very close to home, Shuhan explains.
This is too close to home. I'm
Book learning and science were misunderstood.
Is that what it's...
Well, God, that sounds like 2022.
I know. God, we have gone nowhere.
You have not.
It's
It's like
sad.
we are frozen in time.
I mean,
We're just going to have to start using words like protestive.
the only difference is that someone lets us put out a podcast.
Yes.
Chris, thank you, Chris.
Yes. It all goes back to a man.
It does. Why would we? I'm sorry, my skin is so itchy. It's not right. Anyway.
Okay.
Sorry, really weird episode tonight.
Yes.
It's the night.
So anyways, people were suspicious of them. Very learned people were often called wizards. Oh
God.
You couldn't be too smart
Literally
either.
exactly the same as it is now.
So opening a play with weird sisters casting a spell with horrible ingredients
Don't
like
call people weird.
eye of newt and toe of frog, it scared people.
Toe of frog.
Could it just be a frog's toe?
Toe of frog.
I will have a toe of frog.
How many toes does a frog have? Like 4?
Of course, I will have a fillet of fish. Those are delicious.
God.
That was so stupid.
It was with a laughing stupid.
Okay.
Oh my God. Amy
Anyways.
Johnston.
As well as the folk.
Do give me.
As well as the. We can't do this at night. It's not working.
What were you just talking about? It was so funny.
Toe of frog?
What?
Okay. We have professionals.
We doth do this.
Fillet of fish. That's our title.
Oh my God, yeah, I don't have paper.
We're so unprepared.
I got this.
As well as the folklore, there are practical reasons to link Macbeth with misfortune. It has always been one of Shakespeare's most popular plays, and that has statistical implications, says Shuhan. It tends to run for longer than, say, Cymbeline. I don't know what any of this crap means. When you have
Filet-O-Fish TM by McDonald's?
probably
Whatever. Are they going to sue us? Hey, you said you liked it. It's not like you were like,
Yeah.
that's nasty.
well, don't they call it Filet-O-Fish? Roll
Yeah,
call
it's
fillet
literally-
of fish, like
Oh, it's literally put O fish.
toe of fish.
God. So, anyway, we're like,
Yeah.
we're like workshopping our title on the
Sorry.
air. I just said on the air. Taking a caller.
Okay, anyways. There are action scenes, notably the complicated sword fight between Macbeth and Macduff. Is the play simply more dangerous to perform? Macbeth has certainly had its fair share of mishaps. Theater manager Lillian Bayliss died on the night of the dress rehearsal for the Old Vic's 1937 production starring Laurence Olivier. A falling stage weight just missed landing on Olivier. Then the director and the actress playing Lady Macbeth were involved in a car crash. The play's opening was postponed, and on its first night, Bayliss's portrait fell off the theater wall. They used real weapons, and one flew into the audience, giving someone a heart attack, adds Shuhan.
Rude.
In 1942, 3 actors died during the run of the Piccadilly Theater's version, starring John Gielgud. The costume designer completed suicide. And one of the most infamous incidents actually had very little to do with the play itself. In 1849, a much-loved English actor-manager called William Macready was touring in Macbeth in America. He had developed a rivalry with an American actor called Edwin Forrest, who was equally well-loved in America and was starring in another version. When Macready went to perform at the Astor Opera House in New York, Forrest's supporters showed up. The performance had to be heavily policed. Macready went on stage and riots
People
broke
need
out.
a life.
Soldiers fired into the crowd
What?
and 20 people died.
What? Soldiers?
Calm
Where
down.
are the soldiers?
He's God, that's like
Some
I
weird
mean, who are two
groupies.
actors?
Weird.
Now Ryan Reynolds is better than Chris Pine.
I
don't
mean,
know.
Ryan Reynolds. Wow. Actually, Ryan Phillippe. Oh my God. I think we talk about him every episode.
Right, because
Maybe I do.
Patrick's always talking about
God, I
him,
know, but
so.
he. Anyway, his
And then
Instagram. Get on it.
In the 19th century, Macbeth was a particularly popular play, and some critics were getting fed up with it.
Sick of that crap.
We need something new. One was Max Beerbaum, a cartoonist and critic.
What?
He made up a story that the actor playing Lady Macbeth in the first production had died. It was a parody of the way scholars take evidence from the period, of what George Bernard Shaw called bardology. But everyone believed it, and that's where the myth of bad luck began. Schuhan believes that the play's supernatural content created the conditions for the legend to stick. All sorts of things happen in all plays, but because it's a play about witchcraft, the occult, the uncanny, these incidents all compound to make a very compelling myth. People will always talk about mishaps that happen in Macbeth, but if someone had fallen off the stage in the Comedy of Errors, would they have even talked about it?
No.
I would have.
Me too.
I
Or
would
if someone
laugh.
danced into a wall.
Yes. It's all I would talk about for the rest of my life.
Never forget. Hashtag never forget. Wow.
So Bellwood has seen such rituals performed at the Globe. A tour group said the name of the play in the theater once. The actors were warming up on stage and one went flying out of the room.
What?
Like the actor?
How? In the air?
Yes.
What?
More questions.
Yes. Was he wearing his clocks?
Was it one of those things?
Right. That makes you fly?
Yeah. What's it called?
Was he just flying what?
Whatever that thing is, pink always.
Pink's always on that
She's
thing.
always on that.
It's like, do you want to be a singer or do
Yeah.
you want to be an acrobat? Pick one.
No, you can do both. It's
I mean,
So he continues, there are plenty of brilliant actors and directors who won't touch the word or any lines from the play. We're not tempting fate. The Globe has hosted international versions of the play, blah, blah, blah. When we workshopped a short version of Macbeth in British Sign Language,
wow.
I asked, what's Macbeth in British Sign Language?
On the stage? How dare you?
Interestingly, it's the same as the sign for Scotland.
Okay.
So
I don't understand things.
Even though the superstition isn't transmitted orally to deaf actors, the title is censored in the language itself.
So how do you know if you're trying to say Macbeth or Scotland?
I have no idea.
I guess you just use context clues.
I don't know. This is just dumb. No. Okay, so anyways, that's the curse of
Okay.
Macbeth. Is it real? Is it not real? I don't
Nobody
know, but if you're a
knows.
professional dancer dancing in the walls, you have to wonder. Maybe it is real.
Thank you, Amy, for that lovely
You're
story
welcome.
about dancing into walls.
Didn't know where I was going.
Okay, I don't know how long this is going to be, but you know what? Whatever.
It's fine.
I'm going to talk to you all today about the third man phenomena. I had never heard of this before.
Third man?
Yes. So let's get into it. There's a hair on me.
Let's get it
This
out.
is from urbanlegendfandom.com. It's my kind of place to be.
Legit.
Here we go. The third man, or third man factor, is the name given to an unseen presence reported mainly by mountain climbers and hikers throughout history, like Amy and I.
Yes, we're avid outdoors women.
We climb many a mountain.
We do.
Can you imagine climbing a mountain?
No, we were just talking about how if you had to take literal stairs to get into heaven, we'd never
We
get
would
in.
not make it, no. I would just give up, jump off the edge. I don't, forget it.
Yeah.
I'm done here.
Can I fly now? Let's
Right.
find out.
Nope, I'm just falling in forever. falling.
Into purgatory.
Just never ends. Constantly falling. Oh my God. Okay. The quote-unquote witnesses all find themselves behaving as if an extra person were present who is not really there and is not actually seen directly. Feels like it's getting really dark in here. Often, this sense of presence is so strong among all that they find themselves preparing food and bedding for the third man. Weird. Mm-hmm. Despite the name of this phenomena,
Very
despite the
hospitable.
name, they forgot a comma, this phenomena occurs in parties of all numbers, including lone climbers, polar explorers, no, and shipwreck survivors. Oh, my literal nightmare, being in open water like that. What is the thing that scares you the most as far as like...
Oh, God, there's so many things.
Like, the idea of open water with,
No.
like, there's just miles below you freaks me out so bad.
Well, and miles all around you.
Yes. Well, that's not the part that's what scared me. It's below. Like, what's down there?
No, it
Looking
scares
up
me
at your
just
little
like
feet.
floating there and never getting anywhere, just like starving to death. And
Being picked apart by
Yes.
pelicans or something. God.
and your skin gets so dry.
Oh, and burned. I'm just like
Yes.
so burned. Yeah, that's not for me. I actually thought about looking into a cruise recently, and then I was like,
Oh, God,
nope.
nope. I will never. You will if I ever say I've signed up for a cruise, you'd be like, that's code for some. I've been kidnapped or.
It just seems like it could be fun, but it wouldn't.
No,
probably
that would be my safe word. Cruise.
For what?
For anything.
Okay. That safe word doesn't. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Sorry, I'm taking out my gum here and putting it in this little piece of paper. Okay. Yes, Chris, I'm chewing gum. It's probably really a bad. Well, I took it out. Also, while are you okay? You itching something?
Yeah, no, I've got like a
Pain?
yes.
Oh God, I'm so
I've got
sorry.
like a kink in my neck.
Do you need to pause?
No, I'm fine.
Does your shirt glow in the dark? It almost looked like it was starting to
I
glow
don't
in the
think
dark.
so, but that'd be sweet if
That
it
would be
did.
super sweet. Okay. All right, shipwreck survivors. Also, while often asserted to be a universally helpful phenomenon by some authors, there are plenty of accounts of neutral or outright malevolent third men presences, such as the Gray Man of Ben Macdhu and the Panic in the Woods. I don't know what either of those things are, but the Panic in the Woods here on this website is a link, so I'm really
great.
tempted to click on that. So, possible explanations, and then I'll get to some sightings. Well, maybe I'll get to sightings first, because, anyway. All right, some sightings. So, in 1916, on May 20th, Ernest Shackleton, Frank Worsley, and Tom Crean reached Stromness, a whaling station on the north coast of South Georgia.
What?
I don't
What's
know.
a whaling station?
It's where you, find
You,
whales.
Like, weigh your whales until you have the biggest one? I don't...
You just, whale watch.
I think of like a deer check station. That's where you take your deer.
You're like, how do I get this blue whale out of the water? It weighs 55,000 tons.
Like, do I need a permit for this?
Does anyone have a crane? Like one of those big giant ones?
But for real, what's a whaling station?
Let me look for you, Amy. What?
Don't get your phone too close to the microphone.
One
Chris doesn't
moment.
like
Oh, God.
that.
Search web, whaling station. Whaling station steakhouse? No. What?
What?
Whaling station steakhouse. That's all that comes up.
That's the name of a steakhouse?
Yes. Who wants to
Why would
go
you-
there? What? Okay, whaling station. What is what?
Or is it where you just go,
Is what?
you're just wailing?
A dock in which the carcasses of hunted whales are processed.
I am so freaking smart.
You're so freaking
God,
smart.
I amaze myself.
Also, can we not hunt whales? That is so sad.
Well, don't they use the blubber for something?
Yeah, that doesn't seem right.
No.
You know?
I'm sure there's something else you can
Yeah.
use to
Like
make whatever
just
that is. You
freaking
use the blubber
wool
for.
or something.
I don't know.
That comes back. The blubber of a whale's not coming
Oh,
back.
don't even get me started. Keaton swears
On
if
wool?
Keaton's like, if you shear them too much, they die.
What?
So she's like, we can't ever buy Uggs again. I'm like,
What?
Keaton, get off of TikTok.
Yeah, is that true?
I don't know. Probably,
And also, like,
maybe. I don't know.
Screw sheep. So stupid.
Well, they have to be sheared, or else they'd just be like big old.
You can't even walk.
That's
also-
a big poof ball.
That is also neglect.
That's right.
Sheep neglect.
It is.
Take care of your sheep. What do sheep do in the wild?
I don't think. Do they exist in the wild?
Yes, I mean they had to exist before we domesticated.
I just thought maybe they were all
You're just
domesticated.
well, where'd the first one come from?
Noah.
How'd he get it?
God said, "Go get that."
Yeah, but it was in the wild. God. Wow, we're clearly sheep experts.
We are. Maybe they shed.
I'm sorry, if you're a sheep expert,
Yeah.
reevaluate your life.
Well, that would be a shepherd. And you do you. Somebody's got to do it.
Who is out there?
Somebody has to herd the sheep.
In this day and age, are shepherds still like, is that a viable job option?
I don't.
Maybe in other countries.
Do you have to carry one of those staffs?
You definitely do. And what are they? That's for like whacking them, right? That's got to be.
Oh,
for
I
hitting
assumed
them.
it was for walking.
No! I'm sure it's
Oh,
for
you get a
hitting them.
sweet walking stick.
Why is it so tall then? I mean, that's not a very.
For going up a hill.
Yeah, but it's like so. It's like a hook. It's huge. No, that's for whacking them.
Well,
I
that's
guarantee it.
cool. You don't.
I mean,
do
I'm
that.
making that up, but that's got to be what
Don't
it's
do
for.
that.
Okay, wow. Here we go. We get off on the weirdest. We go the weirdest places. Whaling station. Stupid. Okay. But why are they walking so far to get to a whaling station? Isn't it in the ocean?
Yeah, you said it was a dock, right?
No. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I said that.
Well, a dock doesn't have to be. A dock's like on the shore.
I guess that's true. So they'd been walking for 36 hours.
With a whale? I'm so confused. I don't understand what's happening.
They're not carrying a whale. Do you have a wagon at least?
A wheelbarrow? I don't know.
A wheelbarrow?
A wheelbarrow.
This is quality comedy.
It really is.
It's a wheelbarrow.
Don't be stealing our jokes. I know you want to.
TM. Wheelbarrow. This is like a really big ass wheelbarrow.
Like the tires are like commercial grade semi-trailer tires.
Oh my god, don't kill whales.
No.
What do they do to you? Sheep, now go forth. Screw them, they're stupid. Okay, I've been playing way too much Minecraft with my kid where the sheep are just like obnoxious. Okay, so they've been walking for 36 hours, and we don't know why or how, in life-threatening conditions, in an attempt to reach help for the rest of their party. 3 of their crew were stuck on the south side of the island, with the remainder stranded on Elephant Island. Not Ellis Island.
Elephant.
Elephant Island. To reach the whaling station, the 3 men had to cross the island's mountainous interior with just a rope and an axe. Is that enough equipment? We don't know. Seems like more than not.
Yeah, but I don't understand it.
What's your clothing situation like?
And what's the axe for? Like, you're like, it in? Is that like how
a
they're rock
pickaxe?
Climbing?
Pickaxe, I would imagine.
I don't know.
They just say axe.
Anything.
So, I mean, it doesn't say pickaxe. Okay. In a journey that a few had attempted before or since, by reaching Stromness, they managed to save all the men left from the ill-fated Imperial Transatlantic Expedition. There's a reason why I don't leave my house. They did not talk about it at the time, but weeks later, all 3 men reported an uncanny experience during their trek. A feeling that often there were 4, not 3 men on their journey. The 4th that accompanied them had the silent presence of a real person, someone walking with them by their side, as far as the whaling station, but no further. Shackleton was apparently deeply affected by the experience, but would say little about it in subsequent years, considering it something which can never be spoken of.
This sounds like the poem about Jesus walking in the sand.
Footsteps?
Yeah, footsteps in the sea.
Or
Footprints.
What's such a beautiful poem?
It was at the 4th. Those are not your footprints. That's
I
when I carried you
to the whaling
I
station.
carried you. Jesus is a true miracle.
It totally is like Jesus. Except when they're mean.
Yeah, true.
Jesus just like gave you like a piggyback ride. That's much funnier to imagine. I was imagining he's carrying him like this, but what if he's like piggyback? Oh, Jesus.
Or he's wheelbarrowing him.
He's got a wheelbarrow.
No, I mean, you know when you wheelbarrow a friend, you hold their feet and they walk on their hands.
Oh my God.
Oh, Jesus loves picnic games. Little known fact.
I was not sure what you were saying. I was like, Jesus loves picnicking?
No. Or is that like a game they play at a picnic?
Yeah, I know now what you meant.
Okay.
I understand. Okay. Shackleton's account left an impression on the modern poet T.S. Eliot, and he wrote a piece on the phenomenon from which it gets its name. Who is the third who walks always beside you? When I count, there are only you and I together. That's a terrible poem. God.
It doesn't even rhyme.
And that's like Okay, wow. Again, we could be poets, clearly.
100%.
But when I look up ahead, the white... Oh, there's more to that.
Oh, whoops.
But when I look ahead, up the white road, there is always another one walking beside you, gliding, wrapped in a brown mantle. What? Hooded, I do not know whether a man or a woman. That's a terrible
That's still not a good poem.
What's a brown mantle? The thing above your fireplace? It's just like wrapped in one of those.
Sounds really uncomfortable.
For sure, like large.
It's like the clogs.
Like everything's wooden.
It is.
God. Get another.
See, if they had sheep.
If they had sheep. God.
They could make some nice, soft
wool shoes. Super.
Sherpa.
Just always wet. Just really uncomfortable. All right. Charles Lindbergh wrote of onboard phantoms during his 1927 attempt to make the first solo non-stop transatlantic flight from New York to Paris. As the pilot struggled to stay awake during the 33-hour flight, he felt that his companions were friendly and helpful. Quote, they were conversing and advising on my flight, reassuring me, he wrote about them later. Okay, are you hallucinating? Okay, Charlie.
Conversing.
What are they talking about? In 1933, British explorer Frank Smith almost became the first person to reach the summit of Mount Everest. Oh, God! That would suck. I think
you're forever remembered as the person
you
who
almost. What an idiot! First loser.
You couldn't just push yourself, Frank, to get there?
God, Frank, you're such a weak-ass man.
Right.
Poor guy. That's so sad.
Don't feel bad, Frank. I was eating popcorn shrimp in my bed earlier today.
What? Oh, that praise feels so good.
It does feel good. I was banished to my room so Keaton could record her video, and I'm like, but I'm hungry.
I eat in my bed all the time. I'm a nasty human being. I just then wipe the crumbs to the floor and sweep the floor. It's fine.
One of my students was like, no, leave the crumbs. It's good for exfoliating.
Oh, my God.
I'm like, he may have a point.
I mean, when I'm now laying just in my crumbs, please reach out for help for me. No? That means I've gone too far. And I will get there one day.
No. I'm now eating ice. I'm sorry. I'm so thirsty.
Chris is going to be so mad. Just drink that emergency holy water.
Now would be a good time just to put the robot effects in, Chris.
Robot voices.
Ice chewing.
Auto-tune. God. Anyway.
Just make us sound like that all the time.
God, Brittany. Okay, so back to Frank, the first
Frank
loser. Poor guy. The journey to the top of the mountain was arduous and nearly disastrous. His entire hiking party had fallen back, unable to make it through the sweeping wind, snow, ice, and low oxygen. That did sound horrible. But old Frank continued, but he never made it to the top, missed it by 1,000 feet. That seems very far, but maybe it isn't when you're climbing Mount Everest, which is, 30,000 feet or something?
I don't know.
I made that up, but I feel like that's close. Later, writing in his diary, Smith described something that scientists commonly refer to as the third man factor. He recounted how at one point on the ascent, he reached into his pocket and pulled out a slab of Kindle mint cake.
Frank, see?
What the heck?
I'm pulling popcorn shrimp out. He's got his Kindle mint cake.
You have like an air fryer.
Yes.
He pulled out his Kindle mint cake, broke it in half, and turned around to give it the other half to his companion. But there was no one there. So then did you eat the other half?
Yeah, well, don't waste it.
No, for sure.
What is a Kindle? Is that like an Andy's mint?
Nasty. Mint cake? Gross.
I like mint.
Oh, no, I'm not a mint.
Oh.
No. Ugh.
I mean, I don't know about cake.
Never had... Sorry, and I'm burping, coughing. It's like the
What kind of
gross.
cake is in your pocket, though? I'm so confused.
It's going to be very hard.
It's like a little Debbie?
Ooh, that's what I'd survive on to the top of the...
Kate was so embarrassed today at the grocery store buying like 12 boxes of Christmas tree cake. She's like, what must people think of us? I'm like, I don't care. You got to get these while you can.
They are God's gift.
They are. And they even have the big box, like the Little Debbie big boxes where the cakes are even bigger.
Oh my God.
You can get those as well.
Well, and they kind of have a little bit of a waxy film to them,
it just doesn't go away. It just stays on the roof of your mouth all day.
You're like, this isn't
to remind you of your bad choices.
What is this? God. You know what else they have at Christmas time that's magical? God, Christmas is the best time in the world. White chocolate covered Oreos.
Yeah.
Oh!
Those are the best.
Oh my God, I can eat a whole box. It's like 2,000 calories in a box or something. And there's only like 8 in the box.
I know.
You're like, why are there so few in here?
Because I think they're supposed to be like a real delicacy. You're supposed to get like one and be like, okay, that was so rich, I can't possibly eat anymore.
And I'm like, this whole box is my after dinner.
Like, this is one serving, right?
We're the box. We're the grossest people of all time.
I don't care.
Thank God I have you in my life.
My head is in my mouth.
Oh my Lord. Okay, so it's cake. Okay, so no one was there. All the time that I was climbing alone, I had a strong feeling that I was accompanied by a second person. Well, did you turn and look and see, Frank?
Maybe somebody needs your help.
They're like, just like... reaching the whole way.
No, not the cake. Your hand. Help me.
Water. He's just like shoving a cake in your face. He's like, not mint cake. Oh my God.
I'm going to die and you didn't even give me like
decent cake.
Yeah, like red velvet.
Okay. The feeling was so strong that it completely eliminated all loneliness I might have otherwise felt. Maybe it was Jesus. Jesus, don't want your nasty cake. Okay, so let's talk about some possible explanations, and then we'll let you all go about your life. You could turn this on,
or can you even go about your life after this?
We're sorry we've traumatized you.
You may need therapy
with our junk food addiction. God. Okay, so some people think psychic phenomena. They don't say anything else about that though. So okay, paranormal entities. Okay. Yeah. Magnetic fields accompanied with low oxygen, altitude sickness, and or other natural effects causing disorientation and hallucinations, and a manifestation of the unconscious. Well, Frank wasn't unconscious. He was just like walking. Okay, let me hold on. I do want to click on this link earlier. The Panic in the Woods. Like, what is that? What is this ad? Panic in the Woods. Okay, this is a name given to a mysterious force experienced by those far from civilization, like hunters, campers, and hikers. Victims sense imminent danger, leading them to flee the area, often running blindly into the woods and becoming lost. Oh, it makes me think of what's that thing that happened where the people like ran out of their
dialogue pass.
It makes me think of that. Survivors, leading them to becoming... Okay, survivors claim they felt at the time that they had to run, but upon regaining their sanity, they were completely lost. Many woods and wild places are credited with a death by panic. The idea that someone out in nature can be suddenly overwhelmed by a seemingly uncaused irrational terror. It's a state named after the Greek god Pan, because it is he who personifies the wilderness. Okay, no one cares.
No, going in the wilderness is... A terror in and of itself. So
right.
That's why I don't go out into it.
Oh, a friend of mine, here's a couple cases. I'm going off topic here, but it's interesting. A friend of mine once pointed out to me the spot in the New Forest, where the last person to die of panic had been found. The corpse crouched against a tree, its teeth bared in fear. That's weird.
I'm in fear. I'm like, my teeth are bare.
I mean, how are you dying like this? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like you're not having your teeth cleaned. You're like, you're scared.
I know, but like, when you die, does your face say, you die suddenly. Yeah. Very sudden. It's not,
your heart just stops.
It's not like a drawn out thing. Or else your face like You know, like, go back to
Your muscles relax.
go back to its neutral state.
It's like that game that you put the egg in your mouth. What's that game called? Big Mouth or something.
That's really funny.
Or Watch Your Mouth, or I don't know what it's called.
Oh my god. Okay, let's see. There's another one here. On a sunny summer's afternoon in 1953, my father and uncle were sea fishing off some rocks near Waterville in Cokerry. Huh? Both were young veterans of the Second World War. My dad had been decorated more than once for bravery. At one point, my uncle told me his line had snagged on something underwater. As he tried to tug it free, he had the distinct feeling that something was holding it. Ugh! A kind of horror began to creep over him, as if the something were intelligent and terrible. He glanced over at my father, who, deathly pale, was already watching him. As one, they threw down their rods and ran for their lives, not stopping until they were back at their hotel.
Ew.
You never know what's under the water, you guys.
No.
Ew. Okay. There's lots of these stories, so if you want to look into more, there's lots more.
Yeah,
Panic
feel
in the
free.
Woods.
I'm sure you're dying to know.
Well, thanks for listening.
Yeah, that was something.
We're sorry. We love you guys. Goodbye.
Bye.